Alright, in this video I want to get into something that I've mentioned this before in other videos, but I haven't actually specifically discussed this topic, and I think it should be said because I think a lot of people get caught up on what gear you need to do certain things with for industrial music, like how Trent Reznor used the Access virus. Not that he actually used the Access virus, but I think people get caught up in the whole gear acquisition syndrome, and they think that, a certain synth is gonna get them somewhere in their sound design or whatever it is. Well, that is partially true. I think what people need to be reminded of is it is not necessarily the gear you have, but it's how you use it and how you are resourceful and how you utilize that gear to make the sounds you want. So, you can use any piece of gear to create the sounds you want. You just need to be resourceful about it. For instance, you have a shitty like Yamaha DX100, which I actually have. You can create your sounds, all of your synth sounds, utilizing that synthesizer. It's just about figuring out how to do that with the synthesizer, and sometimes it may not necessarily be building polyphonic sounds with it, because I think the DX100 only has, I'm not sure on its polyphony, I think it's 4/8 or maybe it's a mono, I'm not sure, but it is a digital synth, FM synth. However, what you can do is, if you're resourceful about how you utilize that synthesizer to create your sounds, is what you could do is you could create a snare-ish sound with it, or a snare sound with it, and then you layer that with another snare sound or white noise type sound. I'm looking at my lady here and it's a little distracting. Anyway, it's about being resourceful with what you have, building with what you have. You don't necessarily need to go out and get the new synth or the new whatever it is. If you're resourceful enough, you can create the sounds you need or that you want. I think you get the point. I do have a couple of synths. One of them was gifted to me, which was the DX100. I don't use it as often as I probably should, I don't use it as often as my Yamaha EX7, but I have used it, and you can create snare sounds with it. You just have to be smart about it, and there's other things you can do too, like in one of my older videos I get into what you need to start creating industrial music. The series is called Getting Into Industrial Music. In that getting into industrial music, getting into that industrial music video series, there's something I touch upon, which is digital audio workstations. Each and every one of us will be using them, unless you're going all hardware. If you're going all hardware, then it's a little bit different. If you are using a digital audio workstation, there's ways you can record the sound, your sounds from your synthesizer, your patches and your sound design from your synthesizer, whatever you're using to create your sounds, and then you can actually take it into the digital audio workstation and do further sound design and fuck it up and tweak it and turn it into an even better sound, or the sound that you're looking for. And yeah, there's ways of doing things with minimal gear, and yes, I think you get the point. I think in the long run, to grow as a musician and an artist, there's something to be said for being resourceful and utilizing what you have in order to create something out of that. And yeah, that's all I wanted to get into in this video. Anyway, Happy New Year. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you feel it has value, please share it with your friends and buddies. If you have any questions or comments regarding synthesizers or digital audio workstations, or just any general questions. I'll try to answer them the best I can and leave them in the comment section. And if you feel this channel has value, hit that bell button to be notified when the next video comes out. So see you in the next video.